everybody! Welcome. It's Nakazawa here, and today we're going to be getting into some VTuber Newsy news. But before we do, please make sure to smash subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell. And guys, do you know they stream on Twitch? Head on over to Twitch. And if you're at work, leave me a lurk. Just a very quick update, guys. Thank you all so much for helping me get to the stretch goal for the Lydia VTuber plushie petition. Now, everyone who has pre-ordered will get a free milestone sticker. So thank you all so much for that. I really appreciate all your love and support for this Neko. Thank you. Okay, guys, on to our very first piece of Newsy news. This is Sinder, and Sinder is a female English-speaking independent virtual YouTuber that debuted in June 2022. She mainly streams on Twitch. So why are we talking about Sinder? Well, guys, I did a 12-hour read-through of Sinder's 1,000-page Google document. It was a very long and exhausting Google document to read through, but if you guys want the TLDR, this is posted on the virtual YouTuber subreddit. This is Oserina's TLDR, which I thought was pretty thorough. It said, read through most of the document, tried my best to summarize the sections of the document, hope this helps everyone else who doesn't want to read through hundreds of pages of documents, which is completely fair. It says, Red is still together with Red, had a falling out but forgave each other, believes Red as much of the Sinder character as she is, claims Red did do a lot without her knowledge, such as including Bao and Cotton in the exclusivity deal, being hostile towards Bao, and conversations regarding Silvervale with unnamed artists/mods, will continue working with Red going forward. And then it says, Nano, around 200 pages of screenshots of their chat history from 2022 to 2025, claims that there was no manipulation, which Nanoless claimed. Instead, Nanoless went radio silent and let her new manager take over communications for a while when Nano got burnt out in September 2024 before dropping the original document. And then it says, Bao admits to hurting Bao, but mainly blames it on Red, admits to trying to get Bao's editor exclusivity and Nano's model for Bao canceled in their exclusivity deal, unaware of Red's actions and disagrees with how he acted, wishes Bao talked directly to her after surgery and believes she was misinformed by Lily and Nano. And then it says, Numi admits to missing her concert for the V-Card collab, prioritizing business over their friendship. In regards to Lily, it says, they've never been close, but Sinder looked up to Lily, while Lily never wrote a doc that, quote, she clearly has something against me and organized everything leading up to Sinder's cancellation. Goes on to say again that Lily didn't thank her for raid mention in her original document, says Lily briefly mentioned it 5 minutes after the raid happened, and then it says breakdown. Huge section here, which is hard to summarize. Fair. Sinder believes the whole thing was planned beforehand, mainly by Lily and Nano. Sinder believes they were manipulated by Lily and Nano lying, was Numi, Bao's editor, and Vichibam. Goes through the responses of everyone involved, including their docs, tweets, stream VODs, afterwards talking about the drama, and breaks down into detail her suspicions. Conclusion. Believes most of the drama was due to miscommunication and lack of communication with everyone involved. For Nano, she says she doesn't think Nano's actions began maliciously, but when the opportunity came, took advantage of the situation to blame Sinder and Red for Nano's own problems, burnout, taking on too much projects. For Lily, pretty much fully blames Lily as the orchestrator of the entire drama/cancellation, writing the docs, manipulating the people involved, and being the biggest benefiter from the whole situation. Silvervale goes over a lot of interactions with Silver, mainly being accused of copying Silver or suspicions of Silver copying her at times, calls Silver a master emotional manipulator, and being resentful of Sinder, never responding to Sinder's support, simply for being successful in a similar model as Silver. Pretty much puts Silver in the same boat as Lily, just without part of the actual cancellation drama. Spite. Admits to lying in her original document regarding Spite, says she was aware of Red contacting Nano to not work with Spite and was okay with it as Nano agreed and never mentioned it originally since Spite was unaware. Says she never copied anything from Spite. Mentions the situation with Nyantails as well as how it was resolved. Believes there's no reason to bring it back up again. There is some speculation about other VTubers copying Sinder's design, but it's brief and it isn't important compared to the other things in the document. Looking ahead, skipping the emotional stuff, Sinder and Red will personally contact those who they believe they owe a personal apology to, wants to move on, will return to streaming, mentioned it before in the document, and will continue using Nano's models/art currently. The TLDR of the TLDR. Apologies to Tricky, Numi, and sort of Bao. Refutes claims regarding Spite and Aru. Actively blames Lily and Nano for planning around her cancellation. Blames Silvervale for being an emotional manipulator. Will continue streaming using Nano's model and having Red as her manager. If I'm going to be quite frank, the whole thing is quite ridiculous. The amount of pages in the document. Essentially, I think what mentally broke me was the part with the ampersand. As much as I try to be very impartial, at that point, I was like, okay, maybe this is just a little bit too much information. So anyways, guys, this is Nanoless. Nanoless, who was the artist involved in the quote-unquote cancellation of Sinder. Her comms are closed for an undetermined amount of time. Nanoless is the only person who has responded to Sinder's document. So this is posted on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, posted by TJ Lynch, saying, Nanoless has responded in her Discord channel about what was discussed about her in the new Sinder doc. So this is the screenshot of Nanoless's Discord. So Nanoless says, at everyone, hello everyone. I feel like my closest community deserve a bit of information on recent happenings. First of all, I'm sorry for bringing all this mess to the community. Honestly, it's all on my hands for posting it because I felt it was the right thing to do, mostly to show what's happening on the backstage of things. Just a quick note, Nanoless's English is a second language, so some of this might not be perfect. We're going to read through anyway. Back then, I really tried to be the people pleaser and didn't know how to say no to a cool project, and I ended up taking it too much. I also kept up with Sinder's projects, which I love to work with. I already worked really hard to keep up with Sinder's rhythm, give her priority, and still wanted to work with new people, which, as you see, didn't work well. I canceled many commissions. I did use Mio with his consent as an excuse to my clients, and Mio is not my manager. Since it didn't work out, I do my own management. None of the canceled commissions were paid up front and communicated months prior to the starting point. The canceled clients know this. Maybe just not bow. Sorry, I don't remember well, and we have things sorted. I already worked my ass off to please Sinder. There was a point I thought to myself, why not ask if they want me to be exclusive and if they would pay for it, since I was almost doing so. I revisited the first doc, and I'm sorry, I did realize this looks weird, but this was not the whole point. It is about the blacklisting. The exclusivity, I backed out because my friends told me I was being stupid by taking it. It was discontinued from a commission payment. The offer was, so here it says 3,951,000, but I don't believe that is correct. I know sometimes in different countries they use commas instead of decimals. I'm surmising that this might be $3,951, but here it reads 3 million. So I think Nanoless means to say 3,900, but anyways, let's continue. The offer was this much cost, rigging, and a novel horizon Sinder figure for my exclusivity. Thank you, friends. I also want to apologize to the people who have been mentioned with no reason at all in Sinder's doc. I needed help, but didn't think they would be included in this way. They have nothing to do with the whole situation, so please don't even bother them about this. I've learned a lot through this whole situation I caused. Sadly, I will still be working as much as I can because that's what I like to do. Saying no to clients still hurts me, but it's something I'm enduring in respect to them and my own limits. So let's see what some people on Reddit are saying. Flying Inkbrain says, I think the language barrier and mental health issues along with people pleasing is a serious issue. I believe Nanoless needs a proper manager to help ensure that she is not overworked and proper translation so she understands. I do think Sinder needs to get proper PR training and an actual manager that is not read or personally connected. Both have issues. Sinder and Nanoless are not innocent. Nanoless admitted to her need to people please, to let her go all out for Sinder and cancel others. Sinder tried to play like she had no idea, even though Red is her manager, so it's not helping her case. Okay, so this is posted on the Kurosanji subreddit, posted by Suggestion Even 1882, says, you guys do realize that Sinder wants you to believe that others aren't good people, right? So in the OP says, Sinder's novel is about her trying to make others look bad. Like with Nanoless, it was Red that planted the idea of being exclusive to Sinder, but they still used their, quote, friendship as a leverage and made sure to talk to her when she was overworking herself. And that Sinder saying it was Lily was the mastermind of getting her career canceled, which puts Lily on site as she was the one that told Nanoless to make the doc against Sinder in the first place. That's a manipulation tactic to make others look bad so that she can have an inch to take a mile with, and it's working. As with Nanoless making a post for clarity, it makes it hard to take her side anymore. But that's what Sinder wants, and we can't give her that to use, as she's been using doubt on others to slip through the consequences of her actions. So please try not to give Sinder any leeway, as I've seen in comments here and on other VTubing subs that are now seeing both Nanoless and Lily as bad versus Sinder and Red as the worst. Bolt Up says, it's basically, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me mentality. Raisin says, as I said in another post, 1 page of an apology, 999 pages of victim blaming, fake apologies, and blame shifting. So obviously with this 1,000-page document that's come out, some funny memes have come out. So this is also on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, posted by Orange Ruffles. It says, writing 1,000 pages about how it's not your fault. It's just like Sinder in the middle with all the red strings of how everything connects. This is just another funny. This posted on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, posted by Equal Shopping, saying, it's over, Sinder, I have the high ground. Let's take a listen. So of course that's Shy Lily, the VTubing community, and Sinder.
You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
So good.
You will not take her from me!
Your anger and your lust for power have already done that.
It's so fitting. It's so fitting. Oh God. As of today, only Nanoless has responded to Sinder. Whether or not the others will is debatable. Whether or not they're just going to be like, ignoring the situation. This is something we're just going to keep our eyes peeled for. On to our next piece of newsy news. This is Aster Arcadia, and Aster Arcadia was a male English language virtual YouTuber affiliated with Niji Sanji 6-Wave Illunia. And Aster Arcadia had graduated from Niji Sanji on July 15th, 2025. Aster Arcadia was known in the community as a spicy pest. Anyways, Aster Arcadia essentially had reemerged into the content creation sphere using his IRL persona. So why are we talking about Aster Arcadia? Well, guys, this was Aster Arcadia's IRL account that he returned to streaming from. It was called Athea. So now we have an update. So this is posted on the Kurosanju subreddit, posted by Sleeping Koi, saying, is he finally gone? So OP is saying, checking his Twitch, all VODs have been deleted and his last stream was September 27th. So as of filming, today is October 10th. So let's see what some people on Reddit are saying. Perish in Flame says he's still making YouTube videos about League of Legends since yesterday. He might be pivoting into gameplay channel with song covers here or there. Might be a pain to keep live chat from going off track given his record. So essentially, the reason why I'm telling you this, guys, is that the VTuber community, we have to protect each other against people like this. So this is essentially what we're doing. We just need to make sure that if they do re-enter the community, we keep our community members safe, because really at the end of the day, that's the important thing, right? This isn't really like a witch hunt or anything like that. It's more like just something to stay alert for. On to our next piece of newsy news. This is Geega, and Geega is an English-speaking VTuber. While originally independently produced, she joined VShojo in September 2023. Obviously, we all know what happened with VShojo, so Geega is back to being independent. So why are we talking about Geega? Well, guys, this is posted on Daily Geega's YouTube channel. It says small hiatus announcement. So let's take a listen.
There's so much work that I have to do, and it's so hard. There are also things that I want to like change, adjust, and I can't when I'm constantly streaming, because between this channel and the alt channel, I put in minimum 150 hours per month of streaming, minimum, often more. It's a lot, but I have things that I have to do on this unit. I gotta do some shit in the walls. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I have to do a lot of work with a lot of projects that are coming up that require me to like crunch time on it. I have voiceover work that I'm also taking on that I have to do, and that requires hours and hours and hours of time, sending stuff over, getting feedback, doing it again, all of that. So I need that. A lot of YouTube related stuff as well, like a lot of YouTube related stuff that I want to do as well. So all of that I want to do very badly, but I need to have time for it. So I'm going to say, since I never ever ever take breaks from Twitch necessarily, I'll put that away for a short bit. It'll only be a couple of weeks. I don't have an end date because I'm not going to pick an end date until I get through some of it and I can accurately gauge when I need to be like, okay, this is fine to come back now. But yeah, I need to crunch time on so much stuff. And it's kind of like all these different projects all converging at once. So I'm going to do that.
So anyways, guys, long story short, it looks like Geega is going to be on a little 2-week hiatus just to kind of work on some back-end stuff. So do not panic as to when she's coming back. She doesn't have an exact end date, but she definitely has a lot of back-end stuff that she has to work on. With content creators, essentially, it's very hard to work on stuff while you're streaming, right? It's kind of like having to change a tire on a moving vehicle, right? Sometimes you just need to stop, do it, and then come back to it. And then you'll come back bigger and better. Anyways, guys, so if you are a fan of Geega, just know that she is going to go on a very short 2-week hiatus to work on some back-end projects. On to the next piece of newsy news. This is VGEN, and VGEN is a marketplace for everything you need for VTubing and streaming, music and gaming content. So why are we talking about VGEN? Well, guys, it looks like VGEN is having a little bit of an issue in regards to payment processing. This is posted on Master Blue's X account. This is posted on October 9th, 2025, around 6:07 p.m. Master Blue says, take care of yourselves on VGEN. It says, dear VGEN colleagues and buyers, I'm here to warn you of something important. You need to be careful. There's a type of theft that can happen if you use this platform. It happened to me, and I was robbed of a little over of $95. And then Master Blue says, I've been working through VGEN as usual, but for the first time after almost a year of using this platform, I noticed a problem when receiving payments for my work. For the past 3 weeks, all payments from my clients have never reached my PayPal account. And says VGEN has a system where when you use PayPal as a payment method, they have no contact with the money. They simply act as spectators. When someone pays you a commission, VGEN detects it and immediately sends you a notification informing you that the payment has been confirmed. And they can see here, this person confirmed their commission and it's now in your queue. Master Blue continues to say, I first contacted VGEN via Discord support before they told me the above information. They told me it could be a PayPal error, so they were kind enough to provide the transaction IDs my clients made so I could contact PayPal to check their status. PayPal didn't find the IDs associated with my account. They asked me to verify my information, such as my password and email address. I always had them correct, as I've always been afraid of getting into trouble with PayPal. I always have security security measures in place when using it. They told me it could have been an error with the platform I use. At first, I thought PayPal was ignoring my problem, that they didn't want to help me or give me my money, but surprise, at least this time in this story, PayPal wasn't the bad guy. Back with VGEN, which you should take into account, they gave me 1 or 2 responses per day, very slow. They asked me certain questions, quote, is your PayPal linked? Is your email verified to your VGEN account? Make sure you have your personal email on PayPal. Master says all of my information was correct. Of course, I followed my account security methods, and suddenly one day they tell me, does your PayPal email start with an M and end with a 2? No, absolutely not. So the email address is m.2@gmail.com, partially hidden for privacy. So then Master Blue says, that's where the thorn came in. Alarmed, I went to my clients and asked what email address they received after completing the transaction. And to my horror, it was someone completely unknown. So you can see here, there's the M and the 2@gmail.com. Master Blue says, VGEN asked me again if I'm sure it's not my email. And that's when I get annoyed. They start asking if I didn't lend my VGEN account to someone. Excuse me, of course not, it's absurd. Did you open any suspicious links on the platform? Under no circumstances do clients send me reference images and links just to help me draw their characters. Beyond that, nothing. Here I got angry and desperate at the same time. I try to record a video of my computer showing that when I go to the VGEN payment section, where a PayPal account is linked to my VGEN account, when I clicked manage, it redirects me only to PayPal. Said Master Blue continues to say, for VGEN, it appears as if another email was linked to my VGEN account, not mine. I quickly unlinked the account and relinked it, and apparently I was able to receive payments again, new ones, not the previous ones, which the fraudulent person took. I asked them how that error could have happened. How could their platform redirect my PayPal account if that wasn't linked? How could someone even link their email to my account if I don't engage in dangerous online activities? And most importantly, what would happen to my money? Master Blue says, I went to all my clients who stopped back then. VGEN told me I could continue with my commissions without worrying. I asked them at the beginning of the problem if it was better to wait until everything was resolved, and they confidently told me it wasn't necessary. I told them to refund everything directly to that fraudulent email via PayPal. I no longer demanded to be paid again, since with the VGEN system, when the commissions ended, I was afraid they would give me bad reviews and recommend my work less. Besides, some were too lazy to refund, and they were satisfied just by having their drawing, which is ugly in my opinion, although I can't force them to do either. Only one very kind person refunded me and told me that they would pay me again, while another, feeling sorry for me and sending them variations of illustrations, left me a tip, which I sincerely appreciated. I asked VGEN how this could have happened. I made it clear that something like this was dangerous and that they could easily change payment accounts without notifications or confirmations. Also, if it weren't for that error where VGEN kept telling me my account was still linked and turned out it wasn't, I could have realized it sooner and avoid losing so much money. My only mistake is not realizing that PayPal wasn't sending me the immediate payment confirmation notifications that are sent simultaneously with VGEN notifications. To this day, I'm disappointed because they haven't answered my messages since last Friday. They stopped responding because prior to this, in their last reply, they had written to me that they were considering my case a quote priority. Here it says, thank you for all the updates. Since you've confirmed that you don't recognize the PayPal account or are aware of how it was linked to your VGEN, we're treating your situation with the highest priority and are investigating it further. And then here it says, I still haven't received an answer. I've resigned myself to losing all my money. Thanks to the clients I mentioned, I managed to reduce my loss from $95 to $55. What did I learn? To confirm both notifications when receiving a commission, and above all, to unlink and relink my PayPal account to VGEN periodically. I can't afford to leave VGEN, as most, if not all of my commissions come from there. I'd had positive interactions so far, and this case made me feel less confident using the platform. I know it offers many opportunities, but this bad luck has greatly affected the way I feel about it. I'm writing this to you so you can be careful with VGEN, check your payment notifications, and preferably confirm your PayPal emails to your customers. I feel disappointed. I thought this platform was secure. I shared my experience on Facebook in Spanish. Some people who mentioned they knew about the software said various things, ranging from it sounds as more like a platform was hacked, that the database failed and it saved 2 pieces of information, the one from the registered email and the one I saw, or that someone within the platform could have done something wrong and entered their own email. I don't know about that, so I can't confirm it. I'm just recounting the comments to point where the problem could have come from based on my anecdote. I read some people commenting that it could be a virus on my computer or PayPal. If so, why only VGEN and not my Ko-fi and other sites I use PayPal on? Anyways, guys, if you do use VGEN, please make sure to be diligent about when you receive payments. Not only do you rely on the notification from VGEN, but also go physically into your PayPal to make sure that the payment is there. Hopefully, VGEN will look into this. This is a very, very serious problem that's happening. If you can't trust a platform, people will not use the platform. So hopefully the people from VGEN do take this very seriously and release a statement about this. Okay, guys, on to our next piece of Newsy news. This is Taigaholic, and Taigaholic, formerly known as Bungo Taiga, is an independent VTuber who's primarily active on Twitch And this is YouTube. YouTube is an American online video sharing platform owned by Google. So we're talking about Taigaholic and YouTube. Well, guys, it looks like YouTube is having an about face change in regards to some channels that have been banned. This is posted on Team YouTube's X account. This is posted on October 9th, and Team YouTube says, today is the day we're launching our pilot program to give some previously terminated creators a chance to rejoin YouTube. We know there's lots of interest and questions. Key points below. What's happening? Starting today, some previously terminated creators will have the opportunity to request a new YouTube channel. Not every eligible creator will have the option to request a new channel right away. We're rolling this out slowly as we carefully review requests and learn from the pilot. What does a new channel mean? Creators accepted through this pilot can create new channels. A new channel means a fresh start. Creators can build back their community, upload old content that follows our community guidelines, and apply for YPP once their new channel is eligible. How will YouTube review requests? We'll consider a variety of factors like the severity or persistence of the original violations, or whether a creator's on or off platform activity harmed or may continue to harm the YouTube community. Who isn't eligible? Terminated creators are not eligible to request a new channel until 1 year after their termination date. Also, not every type of channel termination will be eligible for this pilot. For example, creators terminated for copyright infringement or those who violated our creator responsibilities policy. What about appeals? Creators can still apply if they want our team to take another look at their original channel termination. This option is available for 1 year after termination. Important reminder, our community guidelines and other policies still apply, and creators will not have another opportunity to return to YouTube if they are terminated again. We're looking forward to bringing an opportunity for creators to start fresh and bring their voice back to YouTube. More details can be found here. In the replies, we see Taigaholic, and Taigaholic says, so we only get to request a new one, even if we are wrongfully terminated to begin with, and then I can re-upload videos that got me wrongfully terminated to begin with? Crying face. Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense as to why YouTube is starting this pilot project as opposed to just staying with their original appeal, unless the original appeal system maybe had some problems. So anyways, guys, if you have any content creators that had their channel terminated, this pilot project is something that they could look into. Whether or not Taigaholic will be returning to YouTube, we're not 100% sure, but this is definitely something that we have to keep our eyes peeled for. Okay, guys, on to our next piece of Newsy news. This is Discord, and Discord is an instant messaging and VoIP social platform that allows communication through voice calls, video calls, text messages, and media. So why are we talking about Discord? Well, guys, it looks like Discord has had a bit of a leak. This is posted on TheVerge.com, and this is posted by Jay Peters. And it says here, Discord says 70,000 users may have had their government IDs leaked in a breach. Discord has identified approximately 70,000 users that may have had their government ID photos exposed as part of a customer service data breach announced last week, spokesman New Wexler tells The Verge. A tweet by VX Underground said that the company was being extorted over a breach of its Zendesk instance by a group claiming to have 1.5 terabytes of age verification related photos, 2,185,151 photos. When we asked about the tweet, Wexler shared this statement. Following last week's announcements about the security incident involving a third-party customer service provider, we want to address inaccurate claims by those responsible that are circulating online. First, as stated on our blog post, this was not a breach of Discord, but rather a third-party service we used to support our customer service efforts. Second, the numbers being shared are incorrect and part of an attempt to extort a payment from Discord. Of the accounts impacted globally, we have identified approximately 70,000 users that may have had their government ID photos exposed, which our vendor used to review age-related appeals. Third, we will not reward those responsible for their illegal actions. All affected users globally have been in contact, and we continue to work closely with law enforcement, data protection authorities, and external security experts. We've secured the affected systems and ended work with the compromised vendor. We take our responsibility to protect your personal data seriously and understand the concern this may cause. From what it sounds like, if your government ID has been leaked, Discord will be in contact with you. But anyways, guys, this is just something unfortunate that has happened. It's super frustrating when something like this happens. And like the reason why Discord uses third parties to host this information is so that in the end, if there is a compromise, Discord isn't held responsible. However, at the end of the day, Discord is kind of held responsible because they're the ones who employed that third party company. It goes against all the things you're normally taught about internet hygiene and internet safety. Don't send your personal information over the internet. Discord's like, oh, if you want to use Discord, you have to send us your ID. IDs get leaked. It's just really frustrating when things like this happen. Okay, guys, on to our next piece of Newsy news. This is BAE, and BAE is a female English-speaking virtual YouTuber associated with Hololive. She debuted in 2021 as part of Hololive English's Council. So why are we talking about BAE? Well, guys, I just want to show you some really awesome mocap that BAE has been using. This is posted on Watopedia, and it says, BAE's hips making everyone feeling things again. So let's take a look here. Obviously, this is muted for copyrighted reasons, but you can see here, just like the mocap, the tracking is absolutely incredible. Definitely a job well done from Hololive. Okay, guys, and that's it. That's the end of the VTuber Newsy News. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And guys, if you can't head over to Twitch, no problem. I do have a YouTube channel called Lydia VTuber VODs that backs up all of my gameplay, and I probably played through some of your favorites. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm willingly giving myself up to the tentacle monster that lives here. Okay, all right.